Are you unsure who you're going to vote for this upcoming general election on November 4th, 2025? Stay with me here because today I have a super special surprise guest join who will give us some behind the scenes expert advice and insight as to what is happening here in Howard Township. Good morning and welcome to today's Real Estate Workshop webinar. My name is Mike Pillow. I'm a realtor with Century 21 Homestar and the 21 Mike team, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedules this morning to join me for this special community-focused conversation. Local Apple Valley Realtor, I am happy to assist you with your real estate needs, but understand my responsibility to you and this community goes well beyond just planting a sign in your front yard or taking you around Apple Valley and showing you homes. As your local Apple Valley, Knox County area expert, it is my duty to know what is happening in our community and get directly involved with our governing bodies. So today, I am pleased to introduce and welcome someone who plays a special, important role in keeping things running smoothly here in Howard Township, Mr. Greg Lawson. Greg currently serves as one of our Howard Township trustees and is running this year for re-election. Greg, good morning. It's great to have you here.
Been from here my whole life. Got a background in working for ODOT. Been married 39 years. Got 4 kids and 9 grandkids. Been from Howard community. Been back in the community since '98.
Well, you mentioned you worked for ODOT, the Ohio Department of Transportation. How has that experience influenced your approach to serving as a township trustee?
Yeah, working for ODOT for 30 years it gave me a lot of highway maintenance experience, operation of large trucks, heavy equipment. You know, highway maintenance includes water drainage and ditches and trees and everything that grows around your roads, you know. So yeah, 30 years experience there.
Wow, that's amazing. So what inspired you to step up and join local government and take on a role of Howard Township trustee?
Yeah, just the experience I got in highway maintenance. My first part in government, local government, was from '04 to '08 on the East Knox School Board. You know, that was pretty cool, doing that for 4 years. But then after that, I just focused on getting into being a trustee and doing what I really know, so highway maintenance.
Okay. Well, like with anything else, experience matters. And I think people really appreciate seeing what their elected leaders have accomplished so far. So Greg, you've been in this role for a while now. Let's talk about what has been achieved while you're been as a trustee. So when you look back over your time as a trustee, what are some of the key projects or improvements that stand out to you?
Yeah, one of the big ones that really sticks out is we got the speed limits reduced to 25 mile an hour within Apple Valley because it's a residential subdivision. I worked together with an old buddy of mine that retired from Coshocton, and he was buddies with the county commissioner over there. And without doing a road study, which cost big bucks, we were able to get these speed limits lowered to 25 just by filling out some paperwork and getting all the roads on there we wanted changed and getting it delivered to ODOT. And I still got connections with ODOT, and I just hand delivered them down there in Jacksontown. That's a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge because, you know, you saved the township an ungodly amount of money, which in turn saved us taxpayers. So,
Yep.
You know, thank you. So I know that there's a lot of work that keeps a township moving, and it's not always visible. We don't always see all the things that you guys do, like maintaining roads and supporting emergency services and budgeting responsibilities. Can you share an example of a challenge that Howard Township has faced and how you and your team has worked together to solve the problem?
Well, we worked with small sand and gravel, obviously, on our resurfacing projects, which, you know, we had budgeted $500,000 to get that done this year, and we just paid the bill on it. It came in about 90 under. So which is good for the township. And we also worked with them on a big culvert project on Skyline Road that once a pipe's 4 feet or larger, we don't have the equipment or the manpower to do it. So we have to hire that out. And there was another one done on, Bosehart Road that the county helps us out with. And they come in and the county will do it and not charge us, but they really didn't have big enough stuff to get that one big one replaced. So that's when we hired the small sand and gravel. So together with other entities within the county, like your county highway department, I still talk with ODOT on issues and smalls.
So your networking capabilities is invaluable to the township. It sounds to me like you know a lot of people and have a lot of connections. That's huge.
Been around a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and as we all know, Apple Valley is growing by the minute. What do you think sets Howard Township apart from some of the other townships in the area? And with how you have handled growth and the infrastructure here at Apple Valley?
Township's pretty unique compared to all the other townships in Knox County. We're the largest in Knox County. Got a little over 6,100 people population in Howard Township. And there's a lot of growth going on, a lot of building going on, and that gives us water issues with all the homes being built, because that just puts more water in our ditches through our culverts, and actually silt too headed to the lake, because all the water in Apple Valley goes to the lake. And we're dealing with it as well as we can.
Good point.
So we just got to keep doing what we're doing.
Okay. So as we look ahead into the near future, as this township continues to grow, is it safe to say that the responsibility of our local leadership has become even more demanding?
It is more demanding, and we've had a lot of a few folks come to meetings, and they're concerned about the growth in Apple Valley. I'm not sure what you're going to do about the growth going on in there unless somebody's a billionaire and can buy all the lots. But houses are going up, and they're going to keep going up there. There's 6,600 lots up there. 3,100 of them's been built on, so potentially there could be another 3,500 homes built in Apple Valley. I don't think that'll ever happen, but then it's going to be a real challenge,
to say the least.
Yeah, to say the least.
So how do you plan to balance growth and new development with maintaining that small town, close-knit feel that makes this area so special?
I would like to see the growth, the building slow down, and we've been looking into getting these contractors bonded, which, bonding, I guess, is pretty expensive for a contractor to get. And that might slow it down some, but I mean, they're just going to keep building houses, and people want to move to the country and live near the lake, and I don't blame them, but it's just, we start getting a whole bunch more houses up there like we're doing, and we may have to look into hiring some more full-time help. We've talked about that in the past. We haven't done it yet because everything's working well with the 3 trustees, and we do have 3 part-time employees that we can call pretty much whenever we need them. So, but we just keep dealing with it and working with it and getting her done.
So, besides the growth, are there any particular road or safety or improvements that you'd like to see advance in your next term?
I think, the roads are in good shape. Like I say, I think I mentioned it before, we're on a 5-year rotation. And we're working our way back around now. It's the 7th year after we started that program of getting our roads resurfaced or, completely redone. And the roads look good. Now, obviously, if something blows up after a winter, we're going to get on it first and then get right back to our little diagram we got. And if you go into our township office down there, there's a huge grease pencil board there with the whole township in it, and it's all laid out and everything is on a sheet there that's been paved, when it's been paved, what it had done to it, just it's just laid out really well. And between our 2 full-time guys and the 3 trustees, they started that about 7 years ago, and it's really working out well for us.
Before we wrap up here, I like to dig just a little deeper. What's the most rewarding aspect of serving as a township trustee? How's it affected you personally?
I've met a lot of people up here. Like meeting people. Like I say, I do some work up here for productive excavating, and I'll stop anybody walking on the street and talk to them, let them know who I am, check, see if they got any issues with where they're living at or the area they're living in. And rewarding to me is just meeting all these people and being able to work with our guys and Smalls and the county, even some of the state, when we cross paths with those guys. The water department, I didn't mention that before. We work with them a bunch. I gotten to know all those guys well. I'm a hometown boy.
I'm sure, there's a lot of us out there don't really understand the impact of how you've really helped us personally through helping our township. So thank you. When your time isn't monopolized with working on township business, how does Greg like to spend his time around Howard, Apple Valley, or Knox County?
Yeah, I love football. You know that.
Yes.
I'd run the clock for the home football games for the last 12 years. I had to stop doing that this year because my grandson plays in Mount Vernon on Friday night, so that's where I'm at. I watch basketball, love basketball, high school sports in general. I'm a deer hunter. Love to deer hunt. Love to eat deer. That's why I hunt it. So, but
Yep.
Played a lot of softball over the last 40 plus years, and just do a lot of gardening. Got a big garden. You'll appreciate this, because I see you got a fish tank in your house. I used to do fish tanks and really like my fish tanks, but I got water gardens now. Yeah, 2 big ones. It's pretty
cool.
Yeah, you'll have to stop check those out. So, but I'd like to. That's my hobby, and that's what I do on Saturdays usually, is get in there and mess around with those. But yeah,
nice.
I'm a local guy. Been here my whole life. Like I said, graduated from East Knox back 79. So kind of bleed a little purple when it comes to playing football. So,
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, you've been around for quite some time, Greg. So let's say a neighbor or friend was to ask, why should they vote for Greg Lawson? What would be your straightforward answer?
Straightforward is I got 42 years plus experience in highway maintenance work, and everything that involves around that. So I got all that experience in plowing snow, running equipment, taking care of drainage issues, replacing pipes, just everything that deals with highway maintenance. So.
Wow. Well, Greg, this has been really informative. I honestly didn't realize the depth and responsibility assigned to our trustees. I want to thank you so much for your years of service and for all that you have contributed to preserve this great community that we live in, and you continue to improve it. Thank you, Greg. I want to give you an opportunity. Are there any last thoughts you would like to address before we go?
I do. I don't know if anybody's heard of the ARPA money that we received after COVID, but we got $650,000 of ARPA money, and we were able to replace both dump trucks, pick up another pickup, a new backhoe, a skid loader, and new drainage and floor in our garage, which half of it was dirt, and we did all that with ARPA money without a dime being spent from a township money. So I just wanted to point that out.
Wow, amazing.
So we got really good equipment.
I had no clue.
Yeah. We got great equipment, and we're in good shape for a long time on equipment.
Well, I know when we have snow, you guys are right on top of keeping the roads clear. I'm really impressed. So thank you.
We get out there, highway safety. You know what I mean? You got to be safe. You got to make a road safe, you know. So we get out as soon as we can, and our two guys will go out. We'll have a couple part-time guys out or trustees out, you know, just whoever they can get a hold of. And everybody's got the experience to get it done and do it safely. So
that's great. Well, for everyone watching, remember, our local leadership makes a big difference on how our community grows and how it operates. If you really value steady leadership, experience, and practical decision making, make sure to get out there and vote on Tuesday, November 4th. You know, it's your responsibility. And every election, you need to get out there and vote. Not just the presidential ones. Every level of government is so important for us. So I don't know if I mentioned it. Get out there and vote. And if you're looking to buy or sell in Apple Valley, Mount Vernon, Knox, or surrounding counties, be sure to contact me, Mike Pillow. I'm a realtor, Century 21 Home Star, and the 21 Mike team. You can call or text me at 740-504-6251, or shoot me an email at pillowdreamhomes@gmail.com. And as we always do every week, we end our little program with a special message from the 21 Mike Team K9 Division. Remember, you're not the only one looking for a home. Go visit your local dog shelter today and adopt your new best friend. Mr. Greg Lawson, thank you so much again for being here with us this morning. I know you're super busy. I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule, and best of luck to you in your re-election.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thanks for having me. And again, get out there and vote. So.
All right, folks, till next week, you have a good day.